Now Ahab had 70 sons in Samaria. Jehu wrote letters and sent them to Samaria, to the officials of Jezreel, the elders, and to those who brought up Ahab's children, saying, And now when this letter reaches you, and your master's sons are with you, and the chariots and the horses and the fortified city and arms are with you, you shall select the best and the most suitable of your master's sons. Place him on his father's throne and fight for your master's house. They were very, very frightened, and they said, Behold, the two kings are unable to resist him. Now how will we resist him? And the one appointed over the palace and the one appointed over the city, and the elders and those who brought up the children sent to Jehu, saying, We are your servants. Everything you say to us, we will do. We will not appoint anyone as king. Do what pleases you. And he sent them a letter a second time, saying, If you are with me and you obey my orders, fetch the heads of the men of your master's sons and come to me at this time, tomorrow to Jezreel. Now the king's sons are 70 men. They are with the elders of the city who are raising them. And it came to pass when the letter reached them, that they took the king's sons and slaughtered them, 70 men, and they placed their heads in pots, sent them to him to Jezreel. The messengers came and told him, saying, They have brought the heads of the king's sons. And he said, Place them in 2 piles at the entrance of the gate until morning. And it was in the morning that he went out and stood, and he said to all the people, You are righteous. Behold, I revolted against my master and slew him. But who slew all these? Know then that nothing of the Lord's word shall fall to the ground, which the Lord spoke concerning the house of Ahab. And the Lord has done what he spoke through his servant Elijah. Jehu slew all those remaining of the house of Ahab in Jezreel, all the notables and his relatives and his priests, till he did not leave one over a survivor. And he arose and came and went to Samaria. He was at the meeting place of the shepherd on the road. Jehu found the brothers of Ahaziah, king of Judah, and he said, Who are you? And they said, We are Ahaziah's brothers, and we have come down to greet the son of king and the sons of the queen mother. And he said, Seize them alive. And they seized them alive and slaughtered into the pit of the meeting place 42 men. He did not leave over even one of them. And he went from there and found Jehonadab, son of Rechab, coming toward him, and he greeted him, and he said to him, Is your heart right, as my heart is with your heart? And Jehonadab said, Indeed it is. Give me your hand. And he gave him his hand and lifted him up into the chariot to him. And he said, Come with me and see my zeal for the Lord. And they caused him to ride in the chariot, and he came to Samaria and struck down all those of Ahab that remained in Samaria until he destroyed them according to the words of the Lord which he had spoken to Elijah. Now Jehu assembled all the people and said to them, Ahab worshipped the Baal. A little Jehu will worship him much. And now summon to me all the prophets of the Baal and all his worshippers and all his priests. Let no one be missing, for I have a great sacrifice for the Baal. Anyone who will be absent shall not live. But Jehu is acting with cunning in order to exterminate the Baal worshippers. Jehu said, Proclaim an assembly for the Baal, and they called. Jehu sent throughout all Israel, and all the Baal worshippers came to one who was left. No one was left who did not come. And they came to the temple of the Baal, and the temple of the Baal was filled with from entrance to entrance. And he said to the one appointed over the wardrobe, Bring out the vestments for all the Baal worshippers. And they brought out the vestments for them. Jehu and Jehonadab, the son of Rechab, came to the temple of the Baal, and he said to the Baal worshippers, Search and see whether any of the servants of the Lord is here. You will accept the Baal worshippers only. They came to perform sacrifices and burnt offerings, and Jehu had appointed for himself 80 men outside. And he said, The one from whom one of the people I bring into your hands will escape, his life shall be forfeit for his life. And it was when he finished performing the burnt offerings that Jehu said to the couriers and to the officers, "Come strike them down, let no man out." And they struck them down by the blade of the sword. The couriers and the officers cast them out and went up to the city of the temple of the Baal. And they took out the monument of the temple of the Baal and burnt it. They tore down the monument of the Baal, and they tore down the temple of the Baal and made it for a privy until this day. Jehu abolished the Baal from Israel. However, Jehu did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin, the golden calves that were in Bethel and that were in Dan. The Lord said to Jehu, "Since you did well by executing what was proper in my eyes, according to all that was in my heart, you have done to the house of Ahab, your descendants of the fourth generation shall occupy the throne of Israel." Jehu did not observe to follow the law of the Lord God of Israel wholeheartedly. He did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam, and he caused Israel to sin. In those days the Lord commanded to be vexed with Israel, and Hazael struck them throughout the entire border of Israel, from the east side of the Jordan, the entire land of Gilead. The Gadites, the Reubenites, and the Manassites from Aroer, which is by the Arnon River, and the Gilead and the Bashan, and the rest of the acts of Jehu, and all that he did, and all his might are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. Jehu slept with his forefathers, and they buried him in Samaria, and Jehoahaz his son reigned in his stead. And the days that Jehu reigned over Israel were 28 years in Samaria.